Brandon Judd is the president of the National Border Patrol Council. He joins us right now from D.C. Brandon, Ainsley made a good point. This is not a tourist destination. This is right between the states of Chihuahua and Sonora, which is right where the drugs come from.
Yeah, that video was very difficult to see. I mean, obviously our hearts go out to the families, our prayers go out to the families. What we have to understand is, although this isn't a tourist destination, well, this isn't a tourist destination, but this is where smuggling takes place. This is where drugs come into the United States. This is where criminal aliens come into the United States. And what we also have to look at, and this is just speculation right now because this is ongoing, U.S. law enforcement, we don't have a whole lot of information right now. But the speculation, what you have to look at is you have to consider is as we continue to do a better job on the border, we can expect to see more violence. It's rare that cartels lash out at American citizens unless we're cutting into their profits, which is what's happening right now with the policies that are taking place. And with the Mexican government becoming a true border security partner, you can expect to see more violence. Now, what I would call out to the politicians is these cartels are extremely dangerous. They don't care about life, and they're operating in the United States, largely because we have politicized border security instead of standing up and saying we need to get this situation under control. We continue to use it on the left and the right as talking points instead of saying we've got to safeguard American citizens here in the United States.
In the past, we have helped out Mexico, previous administrations, when they do have situations like this. Do you think that we should offer help, FBI, not just the investigation of this, but how the cartels have taken over that country to finally maybe gut it? Or, I mean, it's not our responsibility, but as neighbors, it might be in our interest.
Oh, it's absolutely in our interest. All we have to do is go back to and look at what we did in Colombia. We absolutely helped out the Colombian government in going in there. Well, yeah, we went in there and we did our job to safeguard the American public. It's not like we went in there solely for the help of Colombia. We went in there because it was in our best interest. It's also in our best interest to give the Mexican government as much support as possible to go after these cartels, to stop these drugs flowing into the United States, to quit these opioids that are going into suburban America that are killing our children are coming largely
from
Mexico.
Though, we have to be invited.
Yes,
right?
yes, we do. But we would get invited if we put the requisite pressure on the Mexican government. We've seen that.
We were speaking to Newt Gingrich, former Speaker of the House. He was reacting to this lead story. He had this observation. Listen to this, Brandon.
Much more than all the attention we pay to Syria or Iraq or Afghanistan, Mexico is a vital American interest, and our desire to make sure the Mexican government defeats the cartels should be enormous. And I think I hope this will be a wake-up call that we had better find a way to have a partnership with the Mexican government and help them with whatever intelligence, training, equipment they need to decisively defeat the cartels, who are now, frankly, a state within a state. We're now faced with, I think, almost like Lebanon, real danger of a government that's unable to control its own territory.
See, Brandon, you've got so many people on the left that are saying that the president is racist because he wants to build a wall. But this is exactly why he wants to build the wall, right? To keep that danger out. Things like this. We don't want cartels here.
No, absolutely. And if you go back to look at what Newt Gingrich said, we have to be a partner. This is a president that's been able to work. President Trump has been able to work with the Mexican government to come up with policies that have been very beneficial to both Mexico and to the United States. President Trump can work with Mexico. We can get ourselves invited to go after these cartels. And yes, walls absolutely work. I personally know that firsthand from my workings on the border when I patrol the border. He's doing the best that he can, and he is going to get this under control. But we have to have Congress step up to the plate and do their job as well. And if we don't, we're going to continue to have problems.
Nothing's going to happen until after the election. But, Brandon, thanks so much. Unbelievably resourceful this administration has been, working almost virtually alone.
Well, what a shocking story. Brandon, thank you very much.